Hello, Boyd Team fam. I hope everybody's doing well. I am Mandy. I think I know most of you. I'm Justin's wife, and I'm here today with Pierce of Pierce B Designs. Pierce and I met, like a year ago, and I just loved her energy. I loved everything about her, but she is a great landscape designer in the area that does a lot of work for a lot of different people. And with fall planting underway, and a lot of people ask the question, like, I want to have a plan for my landscape, but I don't know what to do. This is where Pierce comes in. And so I wanted her to talk about today what she does as a landscape designer, her scope of work and her scope of services for clients, and what should we be doing in the fall. So let's talk first about Pierce B Designs. Tell me a little bit about what your scope of services are for different clients.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think of landscape design like when you're building a house. The first thing you want to do is get your floor plan exactly right. You want to map up all your rooms, the flow between all those rooms, and like how you're going to use this space. And so that's what our strengths are. It's like we're going to come and meet with you at your house, talk about how you want to use the space, the problem areas, look at the grade changes. And first step of the design process is really nail down function and layout. And then we work on bed lines, and then put plants in. And the very last thing we do is actually like label all those plants. So I think of that as like you don't put art on the walls and pick out your paint colors first when you're building a house.
Yeah.
The last thing you do is decorate, and that's really the plants end up being decoration.
Yeah.
And sometimes people flip that and they're like, oh, I just want to put this rose in, or see this one beautiful plant at the nursery, and so it ends up looking a little mismatched.
Yeah.
So having a master plan in place helps it all work together seamlessly.
Yes, and if you want to follow Pierce on Instagram, she has such fun videos of her making these master plans, and they're really truly like pieces of art. I mean, they're pieces of art that you can hang on your wall of just the beds, the plants, the plant list, that kind of thing, and so it's really cool. So you come for a consult, and you figure out first, where does the layout need to be, where are you going to entertain, you want a fire pit, are you building a pool, what's happening in your life in this backyard or front yard. You build the beds, and then you have a plant list, and you give that to the client, and either you can install or they can install.
Exactly. So the plan is drawn to scale, so you can you get hard copies and digital copies of everything. And I also have a list of contractors that I've built relationships with here in Greenville that can read a plan and who I trust to take this and run with it. But it's also something that you can do yourself. If you want to DIY it, and it'll have the square footage of patio and deck and fire pit, whatever else we decide to put in the plan. So it's definitely something that can be installed in stages over time if you want to, if that's what your budget needs to be, or you can just hand it to a contractor and get bids and have someone do it all.
Awesome. So let's talk about fall. What do you suggest people really concentrate on in the fall in their yards?
So we know leaves are going to be coming down, so have a plan in place for how you're going to tackle all those leaves, whether it's your kids and their rakes and haul them to the street, or if you're going to hire someone to come and take care of that. And leaves actually make great natural mulch. If you have a space in the back where you can kind of spread them out where they're not going to be an eyesore, they're actually great for your planting beds. They're going to decompose over time throughout the winter and give your soil that good organic matter. You can if there's not too many, you can put your lawnmower on mulch and kind of mulch it through the yard and let it fertilize your yard too. And also, fall is a great time for planting. If you do have a plan in place, or you know exactly what you need to put in your yard, it's a great time to get plants in the ground. It gives them time to get established through the winter before they have to endure that heat of the summer.
And you recommend planting a bulb this time of year?
Oh yeah, if you want to plant your spring blooming bulbs, now's the time to get those in the ground. And also, if you have planters on your front porch or in the back, it's a great time of year to just kind of refresh your planters.
Yeah. And then of course, seeding and aerating.
Their lawn, that's a great thing to outsource if you want to. There's tons of companies in Greenville that will just get you on their schedule and give you a heads up of when they're coming. You just mow your lawn really short, and they'll come and overseed and aerate your lawn this time of year.
So one thing that I always wonder is like, what should I prune, what should I not prune? And so we were talking this morning, and you were talking about how you truly have different times of year you prune different bushes.
Right, even like hydrangeas, different varieties of hydrangeas, you prune them in different places in different times of year. So a great resource for information for your specific plants is the Clemson Extension.
Okay.
They have a wonderful website. You can just search bar, type in the type of plant you have, and there's a whole fact sheet of what to do, and they have tons of information. And you can call them too.
Yes.
They have a hotline, and they have people who are paid to just answer those kind of questions.
Yes.
So if you have specific questions about gardening,
Yeah.
the Clemson Extension is a great
one.
resource.
Perfect. What I loved about Pierce and just what she offers is she's not necessarily a landscape architect that does these huge commercial projects, which are amazing. She's more on the residential scales. She does things on the residential budget time frame. She does things, she has lots of options in terms of giving you the plans and you do them, having her contractors do the work, new construction, all kinds of different things. And so when I figured out that she was just such a good fit for residential, I wanted to get her in front of you guys so that you have a resource for your yard, because not all of us are as skilled and talented as you. So I'm going to put her contact information in our newsletter below, as well as her Instagram handle, because it's so fun to follow her. She just renovated her kitchen, which is beautiful behind us as well. And she's a local. Her daughter is actually on a retreat with my daughter right now. They go to Mitchell Road Christian Academy together. So just really thankful to have these local resources that are just so talented and so fun to work with. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. You guys have a great day. See ya.